Hello everybody, not sure if I'm actually live on here yet, but a little bit later today. Oh yeah. It goes on and off, who knows if you're on live. Okay, so I've just dropped you in a PDF on checklist for ESMOG for yesterday's conversations, because I think it's really important. There's some of the things that you need to do and look around your house and see if you're doing any of those things. If you've got any questions and you want to ask me more about that, just send me a message and I'll see how I can help you. So today I thought we would talk about bioresonance. ESMOG and geopathic stress are all linked with. So first of all, what is bioresonance? So bioresonance is frequency medicine. So the type of bioresonance I use uses gentle oscillating waves, very much like sunlight. So when the sunlight comes down and it hits our skin, it creates a chemical reaction, which then creates vitamin D, etc. in our body, and that's beneficial for us. So those waves are oscillating, so that means they're gentle sinus waves that hit the body, can't do harm in the body. They're natural and they flow through the body and out again, carrying whatever you need in. So bioresonance then uses those frequencies to apply them to the body. But what does that mean? Well, when we're unwell, if you like, we have what's called a dysregulation going on in the body. So something's not running the way it should be. So we then search through that body and we look through all of the different systems within the body when we're doing a full bioresonance check. We're looking at all of those. We're looking at your vitamins and your minerals and your enzymes, and we're looking at what we talked about earlier. We're looking at electropollution, so we're trying to see if that's had an effect on your health. We're looking at geopathic stress, so all the different grid lines, are they having an impact on your health? We're looking at environmental toxins to see if they've had an impact. And so when we go through that test, which is either from saliva or urine, then we got a detailed report of what's out of sync, if you like, with the body. So when you find out what's out of sync, then you can work out how to correct it. So then when we're correcting it, what we do is that specific problem, for example, electropollution, is a specific frequency. So then what we do is we then apply that frequency to the body, and then the body looks at it and it will say, right, that's out of tune. You're now playing this really nice tune. And so it brings it back into harmony. So the body's then doing the rest of this work, and then it chucks out the rubbish, if you like, and rebalances. So another way of looking at that and explaining that to you is, who remembers going to school and having the tuning forks? Yeah, and you bash one and you pick up the other one and it starts to vibrate just the same. Well, that's what we're doing. We have one that's out of tune and one that's in tune. So we bring in the one that's in tune, and this one will eventually, takes a little time sometimes, but it will start to resonate. And then so what we do is when we're applying those frequencies time after time after time, it's helping that frequency that was out stay in harmony. So they are both playing the same tune. And that's what we're doing with bioresonance. So we check every system within you. So we'll be looking at your respiratory system, your digestive system, your nervous system, muscular system, whatever system it is. We'll be looking at all of those and working out a detailed report of what's good and what needs some support. And then we apply those frequencies to the body. Now you take those either by being on a machine, or you can actually program, like we do homeopathic tablets. We can program them with energetic frequencies. And then you take those frequencies, so it's a bit like having a mini treatment each time. And each time you take those, it sends that vibration through the body, and it helps to gradually bring that body back into tune. Very similar to how homeopathy and acupuncture work, but without the needles. Yeah, and so that's what it does. So by having a full health checkup, we find out what's going on, and then we work to correct that. Now, I might give you nutritional advice. I might give you environmental advice, like we did yesterday when we were talking about electropollution and headaches and all of those, insomnia. We'll look at ways to adjust your environment for you. We will look at things that maybe will support you as well. So if it's maybe you can't opt out of that environment, then we look at ways of how can you change that environment, or what equipment could you put in place that will help change or support you. Because we can't, like we said yesterday, we're all bombarded with technology, like your mobile phones or whatever, and we can't opt out of that. But what we need to do is find out how to support the body to cope with that. So they're the sort of things that you would get after you've done your test and your consultation. We would have a discussion about all of those things. We would look at the best ways for you. We will look at nutrients. We will look at supplements. What's the best type for you? What's affordable for you? What's not? So we will give you lots of different options, and then you can choose what's best for you. Now then we come along to food intolerances. So it's a very similar principle. I would have your sample, and from your sample I would then compare it to my boxes and boxes and boxes of food supplement samples and environmental samples as well, because medicines and all of those things can also create a problem. So we'll look at all of those and we compare, and then we make a list of what foods you can avoid, what situations you can change. So for example, we might look through all the wheat. We might find gluten is something that you need to avoid in your diet. We may be looking at the phone's ringing in the other room, and we'll be looking at environmental. So we might be looking at materials, we might be looking at chemicals, we might be looking at grasses and herbs. So with a global test, we'll be looking at all of those things for you and finding out what is causing you an issue, because it's all about finding the root cause of your health concern, not mine, not the person next door, because it's not one solution fixes all. It's about your unique fingerprint and finding out what your issues are. And so that's what we do. We go through all of this testing, finding those solutions for you, finding out what works for you. And because we are all total different individuals. So that's how bioresonance testing works, and a little bit about some of the things that we do and we look at in those two categories. And there is so much more. We have obviously bioresonance, there's a full health checkup. We have food intolerances. We also have geopathic stresses, which comes under things like building biology, because our environment is just as important to sort out as our physical health, and also what we feed ourselves as well. So when you can take them all in separately, or you can do them all together. And that's why I tend to look at a lot of other things as well along the way with all of that, because one of those things that it covers slightly, but are not deep enough with today's situation, is our emotional health. And that's where what we talked about at the beginning of the week was tapping, because that really helps us to deal with the emotional side of things. So really for me, it's about making sure we cover all the bases of what we need to make sure that we can move forward with our lives. And as business owners, we all struggle with different situations, and we need different solutions, whether it be stress, physical health, nutritional health, environmental health as well, because that's so important. So that's really a little bit about bioresonance, and a little bit why I do all the things that I do, because of the things I've faced myself and as my family as well, and as I've tried to help them resolve their issues. It's how I became a bioresonance practitioner. So it's been a great week being with you all this week. I will pop in my links at the bottom if anybody would like to come over and join me and find out more. Or if you just want to book a free health chat, you are welcome to do so at any time. So it's been great being part of the group. I know we'll all be around here and there, and we're going to be missing Sam in some respects, but I know we'll all see her in a different way in different platforms. And I've got something really exciting happening, which actually is going to be launched on Monday. So if you know me, make a friend request as well if you don't, and we'll let you know what that is on Monday, because it's really exciting and a great space for us all. So look forward to that as well. And I've been working and collaborating behind the scenes for this, and I will tell you more. If you're not already in my group, come in my group, and we'll let you know when it happens. So it's been great chatting to you all. All have a great afternoon and a fantastic weekend. I'll just put a few more bits and pieces in here today. Yeah, and I'll be look forward to seeing whoever's next and what they're going to be talking about as well. And thank you all for your support, Laura and Julie and Jenny and Sam and Monica. There was quite a few of you there. Really appreciated that, and you're really getting involved in some of the lives as well. And we will speak to you all soon, so take care. And I'm saying I will just pop you in a few links and things that you have there. But if you want to have a chat, you're welcome to come along and have a free chat with me at any time. So I will speak to you soon. Take care, everyone.